my pick, I would probably say, goes to Boots because talent-wise,
he's the full package. He can fight inside, outside. He can punch. He's got good hand speed. He's technically solid. His father does a good job. He's mentally right. He's got the amateur pedigree. He's the full package.
Oh, he's talented. He's talented. He's a very fast guy, fast fighter. Good power also. So I do give him an advantage, but.
Ahead of his dangerous clash with Xander Zayas, Jaron Ennis is receiving growing support from boxing experts who believe his style could create serious problems for the undefeated champion. Meanwhile, Roy Jones Jr. believes Ennis holds an edge in versatility and elite-level experience. However, he still views Zayas as a dangerous, adaptable opponent capable of making the fight highly competitive.
He is pretty good. Intangible-wise, I don't know that he can do everything Boots can do because Boots does have a lot of intangibles that Boots can do. I've seen him do a few more because he's been around a bit longer than Xander. But Xander's got to know how to make an adjustment. So that being said, we'll have to see what happens. I don't know who will win the fight. The intangibles do lean toward Boots to me, but Xander's a hell of a fighter, a hell of a champion, and I've seen him in action up close when I had Slava fight him, and he gave Slava a pretty good, he made a good adjustment on Slava and came back and beat Slava, but Slava did hurt him early, but you never can tell. So does Boots have that kind of power? I think so, yes. Does Boots have boxing skills? I know that for a fact. So I think it's going to be just a great fight, and I can't wait to see who wins.
Additionally, Keith Thurman gives Ennis the edge in a potential showdown with Zayas, pointing to the momentum and reputation Ennis has built throughout his career. Thurman admires Ennis's dedication, work ethic, and commitment to his craft, viewing those qualities as key reasons why he continues to be regarded as one of boxing's most dangerous fighters.
We know what they say about Boots. They say he's the boogeyman, right? That's what they want to say. He's the baddest. He's everything, So having the double strap on you in a elevated division coming from 147, that will fuel the hype train a lot more. But there's heavy hitters, there's some killers, and we've seen him. I love his work rate. I love his training regimens. I just love his dedication, and that's everything it takes to be a champion. So I lean towards him. I believe. I'm a believer. I'm a believer that he can make this happen.
Furthermore, Keith Thurman believes endurance could become one of the most important factors in a potential fight between Ennis and Zayas. Thurman questions whether Zayas can maintain the same pace deep into the fight, while noting that Ennis has consistently shown strong stamina at the highest level.
What I really think the factor of 12 rounds is going to be is this word called conditioning. Conditioning. If Xander Zayas lacks conditioning, then I haven't seen Boots lack conditioning at this level. So if he lacks conditioning, that's going to open up the door for the pressure to, get put on, and maybe potential 7th, 8th round, 9th round stoppage or something of that nature. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Likewise, Timothy Bradley favors Ennis in a potential showdown with Zayas, citing Ennis's overall talent and punching power. However, Bradley warns that Zayas is a determined and dangerous opponent who could make the fight far more competitive than some expect.
He's got a big fight coming up against Xander.
He got a big fight against Xander, man. Yeah, the young gun. So, I mean, the young gun is just to say, man, it's a tough fight, man. I got Boots. I just think that he's ultra talented. However, I mean, Xander could surprise him, man, Look, I expect the best Boots version of himself. I expect the best Xander. Boots got more pop on his shots. Boots I think, is more talented out of the two. Boots do have some. Boots does have some hope, but so does Xander, man. I mean, look, I think it's gonna boil down to who wants it most. To be honest with you, who wants it most? It's gonna be a dogfight, man. Xander don't mind. He don't mind going toe to toe if he needs to. I know he's gonna probably try to box. But Boots is coming to get his ass. He's coming to prove a point.
At the same time, Timothy Bradley believes experience could play a role in a potential clash between Ennis and Zayas, but he views the matchup as arriving at the right time for both fighters. While Bradley respects Zayas' achievements and maturity, he questions whether he is quite ready for a talent as gifted as Ennis.
Yeah, I think experience could be a factor here, but I mean, Boots ain't used to going 12 rounds. Boots ain't used to going 12 rounds either. I mean, usually he's knocking these dudes out before he goes 12 rounds. And then when you look at the competition that he's faced, it's been, you know what I mean? Ain't nothing been popping out like, crazy. Xander, you can say the same thing about Xander too. I think it's the perfect matchup right now for both these guys. Although I feel like Xander might be a little bit too premature, you know what I mean? Because I know he's a champion. I know he's defended his title. He picked up another strap right after. Like, his mindset is like mature for his age. But I just think that, like, man, Boots may be a little bit too much for him at this point.
Continuing the debate, Greg Hackett credits Ennis's dedication and training habits for much of his success at the highest level. Hackett argues Ennis approaches his preparation with an intensity that few fighters are willing to match, believing that commitment helps him handle challenges that might trouble others.
Yeah. So the question I got for you is that if he has all of these flaws, why hasn't anybody been able to capitalize on him?
Because don't nobody work like him. That's the truth. I ain't seen a fighter yet. That worked like Boots Ennis. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't seen a fighter yet that worked like that. That put that pain in like that. I ain't seen it. I know it's fighters that work hard, but I'm talking about that work like that. Consistency. I ain't seen it. Really putting that pain in. And I'm saying really grinding it out. You know what I mean? I ain't seen it.
Moreover, Greg Hackett views Zayas as a worthy opponent for Ennis, despite questions about his experience. He argues that Zayas has earned his place at the top and believes his status as a champion makes him a legitimate test for anyone in the division.
I mean, and Boots, on the other hand, this is what he's been looking for. He's been looking for a guy that everybody say is a guy for him to be fighting. Now, some people say they don't like the fight because Xander's inexperienced, Xander ain't good enough, and this and that. But how did he? Yeah, but how did he get here? Like, you know what I mean? It's none of our faults. It's nobody's fault. It's the business of boxing. So if he's capable of being champion, he's capable of being a great fighter. I don't know what else to say or do. He's the champ right now. You know what I mean? So I think it's just gonna be a great fight, though. I like the energy between both of them. You know what I mean? I like the energy between both of them.
Similarly, Kenny Ellis views a potential Ennis versus Zayas showdown as a high-risk fight for both men, noting that each fighter brings serious power into the ring. Ellis expects the matchup to produce explosive moments and believes the fight has the potential to become a major event in boxing.
They both putting the egg on the line, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
They both putting that egg on the line, and they both can punch pretty good. But something's going to happen.
Something big?
It ain't going 12 rounds without nothing explosive because both of them can pop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you feel like this is going to live up to what it is, this fight?
Yeah.
Talking to Breadman, he's saying this is slowly becoming a little mega fight.
It is.
In addition, Coach Breadman praises Ennis's preparation ahead of a potential clash with Zayas, pointing to the type of work being done in training camp. He believes the approach reflects smart decision-making and shows that Ennis's team is focused on putting him in the best possible position ahead of fight night.
If Boots at Helmet Camp, that's great work. That's the kind of stuff that I like to see from Boots' camp, because Xander and Vito, they're not the same exact guy, but they're close enough where if I'm Boots, that's great work. Like, yo, bro, come give me some rounds. I like that. I like that a lot. That's smart. I like when I see stuff like that. It don't mean you're going to 100% win the fight, but it does show that his team is thinking like, all right, we got to get the right guys in here. That's perfect. I like that. That's a great pick for Boots.
From another perspective, Zab Judah questions whether Zayas can have success against Ennis by fighting at long range. He argues that Ennis's size, reach, and overall boxing ability give him advantages in that area, making it difficult for opponents to match him from the outside. Judah suggests Zayas may need to find ways to close the distance and make the fight more physical if he wants to create opportunities.
Xander's style exposed Boots.
How can Xander style? I mean, listen, Xander's style can expose Boots, but if Xander is able to stand there and crack, if he can crack and he boom, 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 and knock Boots out, then yeah. But Boots' arms is too long in the box for them. He too long in the box. But if he gonna boxing skills. Xander got to be in his chest right here and working on him, Mills. You know that. All that outside shit.
Xander's the biggest he's the bigger guy.
He's not gonna beat Boots outside. Watch what I tell you.
Yeah.
He gonna make him like cat food on the outside, Mills. Watch.
Analyzing the matchup, Okoye believes Zayas' aggressive style could create problems for him against Ennis. He argues that Zayas enjoys exchanging punches, but views that approach as risky against an opponent with Ennis' power and ability to capitalize on openings. Okoye also points to defensive habits he has noticed in previous fights, suggesting they could become costly against elite competition.
But his problem is, his strength is his weakness. Zayas likes to exchange, and if you exchange with Boots, I think that's going to be his problem. The thing that he likes to do is the thing that's going to hurt him in this fight, which is exchanging. And then two, he has a couple of tells that, you know, I think is going to definitely get him hurt. Like when Sparmer, the guy that Roy Jones was training, he was like 20-0. I think you told me that. But when he fought him, Sparmer was catching him with everything, right? But Sparmer just couldn't hurt him. He didn't have the pop to really hurt him, but he was able to catch him with short right hands and left hooks almost all day.
Expanding his thoughts, Boots Ennis welcomes a potential showdown between Ennis and Zayas, viewing it as the type of matchup fans want to see. He notes that the growing confidence and back and forth surrounding the fight have added extra attention to the buildup, increasing the intrigue around the contest. Boots expects both fighters to bring plenty of energy into the matchup, making it one of the division's most anticipated clashes.
That's a good fight, man. I mean, you know, Xander, you know, we like the Xander anyway. You know what I mean? But now he ain't talking a lot of smack now. Now he want to back that. He have to back that up now. You know what I mean? You know, we mellow. We should lay back. You know, keep on talking. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Keep on building the fight. You know what I mean? But it should be a good fight, as long as it lasts.
Continuing the debate, Okoye views Zayas as a meaningful opponent for Ennis and expects Ennis to receive significant credit if he wins the fight. He argues that small technical details and in-ring decisions could play an important role in determining how the matchup unfolds. Okoye also believes the contest may be decided by which fighter is better able to adjust as the fight progresses.
And that fight, I think, is a great fight for Boots as far as the notoriety, obviously what's on the line, the belts that's on the line and all that, because people are going to give him his credit for this fight, but I don't think it's going to be as close as people might think it would be. I already had Boots beating him in like 8 or 9, but I don't think it'll last that long. I don't. I think I got Boots in 6 if Zayas comes out with the same strategy that he's come out with in almost every fight that he's fought. He got to get off the ball of that left foot if he think he's going to beat Boots, because he's going to see that rhythm, he's going to see that pattern, and he's going to start exploiting it. And I say this because Boots is one of the fastest fighters when it comes to in-game or in-fight adjustments.
On the other hand, Andre Rozier is eager to see what Zayas brings into a potential clash with Ennis, viewing it as an important moment in the young champion's career. Rozier notes that fights of this magnitude often provide valuable lessons regardless of the outcome and can play a major role in a fighter's development. He also views the matchup as a significant opportunity for Zayas to continue building his reputation on the sport's biggest stage.
I want to see what Xander brings to the table, because he's a wonderful young man, and I like him a lot, but boxing is boxing. I have to call it like it is.
What do you think more likely? If he was to go on and lose, him getting better and learning from that experience, or him possibly getting ruined?
Well, I can only hope he would get better if he did lose. If he did lose, I would hope he would get better from it and learn from it and put it into the memory bank to be a better fighter.
What would a win do for Zayas' career?
Oh my God, against the caliber of athlete who he's vying against and Jaron Boots Ennis, it would take him to the top of the world, literally.
Continuing the debate, Mickey Bay points to Ennis' experience as one of the qualities that could prove important in a potential fight with Zayas. Bay views Ennis as a fighter who understands how to take advantage of key moments and capitalize when opportunities arise. He also expects the matchup to feature plenty of action, given the competitive mindset both fighters bring into the ring.
What do you think it is? Is it the speed? Is it the power? Is it a little bit of both?
I think it's the experience and him just knowing how to finish guys. Like Boots, if he hurts you, he usually know how to get you up out of there. I think that Xander is a dog, and I think that he's gonna firefight with him. I think he's gonna kind of firefight with him and just get caught.
Furthermore, Mickey Bay expects the early rounds of a potential Ennis versus Zayas showdown to be competitive, with both fighters having opportunities to make an impression. However, Bay believes the momentum of the fight could shift once one fighter begins landing more meaningful shots and taking control of the action. He also praises Zayas for accepting a difficult challenge, viewing the matchup as the kind of fight boxing needs more often.
I think at the beginning it's going to be hot. You know, maybe the first 3-4 rounds is going to be, you know, Xander, you know, it's going to look probably like it's going to be a competitive fight, but I think Boots going to end up hurting him to the body, or with a, you know, or he going to end up landing something, I think, and hurting Xander, and then the fight going to change, and I honestly think he probably finished. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Fight, just because I think that Xander is, I commend him for taking the fight, because that's what boxing is about. Like, you know, I just don't think that he's ready to beat Boots. Good fighter. He gonna come back and win some more titles. That's just my opinion on analyzing the fight. I see Boots stopping him.
However, Floyd Schofield believes Zayas possesses qualities that are being overlooked ahead of a potential clash with Ennis. He points to Zayas' technical foundation, long-term relationship with his trainer, and ability to execute the fundamentals at a high level. Schofield also argues that Zayas has more power and fighting ability than many give him credit for, making him a tougher challenge than some expect.
And people see all the fanciness of Ennis, but they don't know that Zayas is skilled with the basics. And basics wins fights. There's a lot of greats that became great because of the basics. And he got a great coach. Zayas got a great coach that he's been with since day one. So this guy know his fighter like the back of his hand. So I believe that he could pull it off, but it ain't gonna be easy. It ain't gonna be easy because Ennis can move. And Zayas don't move a lot, but Zayas could crack. That's what I think they sleeping on. They don't know Zayas could crack. When he really want to fight, he could fight.
Likewise, Bruce Carrington believes Zayas has several technical qualities that could make him a difficult opponent, pointing to his footwork, feints, and overall ring awareness. At the same time, Carrington expects Ennis to elevate his performance when faced with a tougher challenge, viewing this matchup as one that could bring out a different level from both fighters.
Stay behind the jab, add feints, you know, keep up with the foot movement, you know. Xander has decent feints, good hand placement, you know, maneuvering and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that it's just little things like that. But also, me knowing a guy like Boots, he's on that elite level to where the more difficult the opponent, the more he's gonna, like, you know, he's gonna raise his level too. So I don't expect to see a Boots that's like that we've seen before. I expect to see a sharp Boots.
Adding to that, the analyst highlights Zayas' confidence heading into the matchup, noting that Zayas and his team have been preparing for the possibility of facing Ennis long before the fight became realistic. According to the analyst, Zayas believes the timing is right and sees this as the ideal moment to challenge Ennis.
But Xander says something important, very interesting to me. He says that they have been building towards this fight with Jaron Boots Ennis. The moment he understood that Jaron Ennis was going to make his way in his debut at 154 and the hype behind Jaron Boots Ennis, they knew that they was eventually going to have to go through him. And so he felt like it was the time right now. And he told his team, after watching Jaron Ennis, this is the time right now.
Still, Pete Dobson strongly favors Ennis in a potential fight with Zayas, arguing that the gap between them is much larger than many fans realize. Drawing from his first-hand experience around elite fighters, Dobson believes Ennis operates on a different level from most fighters Zayas has faced and views him as the favorite heading into the matchup.
Do you think that it's a 50-50 fight?
I think he destroys it.
And what separates him?
He's levels above Xander. Like I feel like boxing fans, they don't really know boxing because they like, this is the thing I always say in boxing, right? We're in the gym. Like, fighters are in the gym. The top fighters sparred each other before, so we know who's good and who's not good. You feel me? We know what level somebody's on. So just being in the ring with Jaron Ennis and seeing Xander, I know he's levels above them, way better than them.
Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas are now on a collision course in one of the most anticipated fights in the division. With respected voices like Robert Garcia and other boxing figures backing Ennis, many believe his combination of skill, athleticism, and experience could prove to be the difference. But Zayas continues to rise with confidence and momentum, setting the stage for a matchup that could answer many questions on fight night. Who do you think wins this potential showdown? Jaron Ennis or Xander Zayas? Can Zayas pull off the biggest victory of his career? Or will Ennis show why so many believe he is one of boxing's future superstars? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more boxing updates and analysis.